So like family, man. Like obviously, what's your family background, and like how was you growing up? Like, what school did you go to when you was growing up?
Yeah. Family background. Mum's side of the family is from a little island in the Caribbean called Montserrat.
Yeah,
And then,
Montserrat, yeah.
yeah, you lot heard of it, yeah?
Yeah, I know Montserrat.
Not many people.
I got a
Coward.
few friends from Montserrat,
Oh, yeah?
actually. Yeah,
Okay.
For me personally, like I told you off camera, I'll say the truth.
Yeah.
The person who basically like brought me, the person that I've learned about Montserrat was Black the Ripper, like I said.
Oh, yeah.
It was Black the Ripper, innit? So
I've got a few. Even he was one of my. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah.
Okay.
I've got a few friends from there still.
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
good islands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
lively, innit?
good people, lively
Lovely,
people.
man. Good people.
Yeah, the
lovely.
best people, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
and I big them up though.
Yeah.
Then the other side, Jamaican, yeah. So, yeah,
Okay. So
Montserrat.
you're Caribbean then?
Yeah, Caribbean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caribbean guy.
Like, was you born in this country?
Yeah, born in the UK. Yeah, born
Okay.
in London. Yeah.
And do you go back like home often to like visit,
To visit.
holiday, catch a vibe, Montserrat,
Funny
Jamaica?
story, Fun fact. I've actually never been. I've actually never been.
I rate it though. Yeah,
I need to. It's honestly,
it gets like that sometimes. Yeah,
I
man.
went. Do you know where it was? I was meant to go in the summer,
Yeah,
but my mum wanted. My mum's been there enough times.
yeah.
So my mum literally last minute changed the flight from Jamaica to the Bahamas.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not complaining though.
Yeah.
The Bahamas. I mean the Bahamas.
Yeah.
you were having a good time.
I
You
can't complain.
enjoyed that,
Yeah, it was
I
good
bet
fun
you
out there.
enjoyed that, innit?
Good fun out there, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, but I was meant to go, but
Yeah.
in due time, in due time.
Yeah, hopefully in the near future, in due time, definitely.
Yeah.
You get me that. Do you feel even though obviously you haven't been back here,
Yeah.
like do you feel like connected still, like obviously to your people and to your culture
most
in general?
definitely.
Yeah.
Obviously my grandma was born in Montserrat, and then now come to the UK. My dad was born in Jamaica, come to the UK. So even like little things like the dialect, they say some words that that aren't said here. So it's the dialect, the culture. It's still it's still within my family and stuff. So I don't feel like it's alien. It's not alien to me. At least the stuff that I've got. I know if I go, Jamaica, like tomorrow,
You will
I may-
understand exactly what they're saying.
there'll be that accent, the
Yeah.
proper strong. I may need to ask them to repeat themselves.
Repeat themselves, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you won't be as lost as
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely
certain people
won't
that
be
don't
as lost.
really, really
Yeah,
know.
you'll know certain
Yeah,
things.
yeah, I know my-
Because you've heard it in the family
Exactly.
home
Yeah.
or
Pick
whatever
up
it
certain
is.
dialects,
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
words. Like I know what they're saying.
Yeah.
I guess that's a bit like us, let's say Africans or Ugandans, and
Yeah.
do you get what I'm saying? Like we're at home. Some kids
Yeah.
what I've realised, some of my nephews or nieces don't know how to speak my language,
Okay.
but they understand
They
it.
understand it.
But they can't
Yeah, they
bring
can't
out
speak.
a word.
Yeah. They
They'll
can't
speak back to you in English.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they need to, but then when they say it, it
Yeah.
sounds very
Yeah.
fun because they know what you're saying. They
Yeah.
kind of, they're like, how do I say it?
Yeah.
And then try to practice
it.
or in the mirror or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
And then
I'm
when they
not.
come and pitch it to you,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, and they say it in a way,
Yeah.
and you laugh at them. You're like, yeah, that's not the proper.
That's not it. Yeah. No.
What school did you go to?
What, primary or secondary?
Like what secondary school did you go to?
Yeah.
Went to a school. Funny enough, my school was actually on TV. I went to a school called Frederick Bremer.
Bombo Club.
Oh yeah.
What-
Educating
The
the
name?
East End.
What's the name?
What?
Frederick
school name?
Frederick Bremer. Frederick Bremer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Frederick
yeah.
Bremer secondary school. They were on what's it called? Educating the East End.
Educating, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. BBC, right?
I think or Channel 4, BBC or Channel 4.
BBC
one
or
of the two.
Channel 4.
One of the
I
two.
think it was one. Yeah.
What area? What area was this school?
It's East London. It's
Okay.
in a little town called Walthamstow.
Okay.
Little town.
Yeah.
Little town.
And how was that, man? Like what type of what type of young man should I say
Yeah.
was you like in secondary school?
It's a good question. School was cool. What type of guy was I in secondary school?
Yeah.
Looking back at it, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the same guy I was
A
back then.
jealous,
No.
like a class clown, or you was like just one of them man just in between the middle where it's like it was a little bit of both, but it was cool.
I think that's probably like I was probably more on the like good boy side more
Okay.
than anything else.
Yeah.
Tried to keep my head down.
Yeah.
Study, work hard. The usual stuff. So that's just who I was. That's what I do in school.
Yeah.
That's who I was in school. Just a normal guy. Keep my head down.
Yeah. And when you moved, you see, when you finished secondary school,
Yeah.
did you go like college or university? Like, how was, just even in general, how was it? Was you one of them people that really enjoyed education? Because you know, like us, innit? A lot of us, a lot of us, we go through like this education system kind of thing where it's like we just can't wait to get any chance, any chance to just leave education, either to make money or to actually do something that we like, innit? Like how, did you enjoy education, like in general?
It was. I think it was like. It's not that I enjoyed it. It was. I mean, it's not that I hated it either. It's more that it was just ingrained. You know, it was ingrained into you from young. You know, teachers from young, they always say, you know, go school, GCSEs, from GCSEs, go uni, get a degree, get a good job. Like they just teach you that's the only formula to make it, or to at least be successful. But it's funny actually learning it. For me, being in uni, I learned in uni, which was way too late. But I learned in uni. That you didn't need to go uni, or at least to do what I wanted to be. To be who I wanted to be, I did not need to go uni because I done this thing called a sandwich year at uni, right?
What thing?
It's called a sandwich year. Sandwich year. So it's
sandwich.
Where, like, between your second year and your last year, you'd go out and just do an internship for a year.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was interning at this company called the Urban Journal. Yeah, shout out Eddie and Jeffrey from the Urban Journal, because I promise you, those guys definitely changed my life for real. Because
Eddie and who? Lionel.
Eddie and Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, big up Eddie and Jeffrey. Yeah, if you're ever watching this conversation, big yourself up, man.
Because literally, I was out with these man. Like, it was a small company. I think they started it like 2 years before I joined.
Yeah.
So literally, still small. Probably like 2K on Instagram at the time. Just like 2K, something small in it. So no, literally, I was out and about with them guys, just like, you know, filming this, it was like a magazine company, articles and stuff. So, but these lot literally at a small growth, like small company, somehow these guys at the time they were nobodies. No offense to them, but at the time they were nobodies.
Yeah, we start off somewhere.
Exactly.
You start off somewhere that people
say. They were small at the time.
Yeah.
But somehow they were getting these big names on the platform, like, you know, like Ben Whittaker.
Yeah.
And Josh, literally, like Josh. I don't know how though. And then,
bro, sometimes, sorry to even cut you. You know, like sometimes when God chooses to bless you, don't question it.
Yeah.
Like quite you said, you get, don't question it. Your path is your path. God will be like, you know, I'm gonna bless you in a certain way. I'm gonna put this. You get me? I'm gonna bring these people. So it's God's work, man. But continue though.
Literally
you get me?
Them on like Ben Whittaker.
Even
some people from like getting some Love Island people on, like just doing like interviews and fashion shoots and, you know, stuff like that. But obviously, you know, but just seeing them lot, once again, similar to like me being on the Bridgerton shoot, just seeing them like how they operate, you know, how they kind of, even how they talk to people, how they talk to clients, how they talk to, you know, people that they want to work with, just maintaining a good business relationship, you know, kind of guided me. And then obviously I went back to uni, finished my uni, wherever, done that. Because even when I went back to uni, I was thinking, nah, let me just get this done. Let me just get this over and done with. Because I don't
get back to that.
Literally, let me just finish this, leave uni, and then get back to being like these man. Because, you know, like, you know, I saw how these man operated. I'm trying to operate like that too. Well, in my, because obviously them man were in like magazine and photography. I was trying to operate them like them, but in the film scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, I literally just left uni. And finished uni, sorry, and then here I am, just graduate, just trying to work, you know, jug and, you know, normal stuff.
So when you left uni, was your main focus just to do filming?
Yeah, so I mean
that was your main focus, because you already, if anything, you've been to let's say the sets of Bridgerton and all of that kind of thing,
yeah.
So was your main sense when you left uni, was you like trying to pursue another career, or did you just say, do you know what, I'm just going to go into filming and let me be filmmaker, like cameraman, producer, and all of that? And are you into all of them fields as well?
It was like,
sorry to cut you, bro. Sorry to cut you. Just a quick one, Like, that's an amazing question from him, Because like, we've started this conversation, obviously, like you're a filmmaker, and again, I want to educate people in here as well, Like, good question from you. Like, before you answer this question, this
yeah.
is it's like a good segue from what I asked you there.
Yeah.
Like obviously there's different people who do different things when it's not one person who shoots a movie and edits it or whatever,
Yeah.
you get me?
Totally,
Like could you
yeah.
you get me? For anyone who might be watching this and they're thinking, okay, cool, but what exactly does he do in terms of like does he hold the camera? Does he edit? Is it, you can understand like
Yeah.
what exactly or maybe you do all of that shit, who knows, you get me? No.
Yeah.
Like what exactly do you like as a filmmaker, what
do I do?
exactly is your role?
What's my role?
Yeah. You
You
got to say it though,
a lot. Well, it can vary depending on projects. Like for example, I'll pick up like someone will, give me a, depending on the role, someone will tell me, oh, can I do this for them? Can I do that for them? But I guess 9 times out of 10, the hat that I wear the most would be a producer or director.
Okay.
Yeah, just to kind of, that's usually my roles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Proper understood.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
You've gone past the just like the
Making sandwiches and running around for donuts.
Yeah,
So
literally.
holding
the camera.
Past that.
Yeah.
And now you're directing and.
This is big league now. He's moved up. Like what I was saying, this is big league now. He's moved up. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not the type. He's not the guy that they sent to the shop to get sandwiches and energy drinks and that.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Obviously, if they put me on a Marvel film, I'll grab some sandwiches for a Marvel film.
Okay.
You have to do something.
I hear it though. Yeah. But yeah, your initial question was when you left uni, like when you left
uni, was that your
main focus?
Main focus.
Yeah. It was always
just to do in film.
Yeah. So when I left uni, my main thing was right. Cool. Let me leave uni. And let me try and make as many films as possible, and then hopefully, by God's grace,
films, yeah.
Yeah, short film. Well, yeah, like between 5 minutes to 45 minutes, maybe an hour. So yeah, short films to mini features, right?
Yeah.
The goal was to just leave uni, and then try make as many films as possible, and hope by God's grace that one of them gets seen, picked up, puts me out there. You know what I mean? But of course, we're living in a real world. I can't just make movies.
Yeah.
Where am I getting this? Where am I getting this income from? Where am I getting the money to front it? So yeah, I mean, I had to get, like everyone else, work a little job, and then while working the job, use that, fund that. So my 9 to 5, well, similar to my actual dreams. I'm a video producer in my 9 to 5. So I'm thankful enough to actually get paid to do something that I like doing. And then I use that.
That's the best way to be.
And then I use the money that I get from there to then fund my own, at the moment, passion projects, such as A Mother's Voice. And yeah, here we are. So we left uni with the goal to just, make movies. I'm still focused on that. I haven't really been swayed. I mean, every now and then you hear someone that didn't make it as far, like older people that didn't make it as far as they wanted to make it. They're now saying, oh no, don't even bother do that, because the UK film scene, it's dead, it's dry, it's not like America, it's not like Hollywood. You hear a lot of people say that, and at times it can be quite, demotivating, but sometimes
but then it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like,
make something
exactly. Yeah. So at times it can be hard to kind of ignore when people say that, because you can't hear that and then act oblivious and pretend you didn't hear it, because I mean that person's essentially walked the path that you're walking, and now they're telling you their experience from the path. When it's like, I mean, I hear you. In my head, it's like I hear you, and I'm taking in what you're saying. I'm gonna do it anyway, and hopefully it works out better for me than it did for them. You know what I mean? But
it's like what I said earlier, innit? When God chooses to bless you, fam. Me and you, we might go for the same fucking role.
Yeah.
The same role.
Yeah.
If God chose to bless me with that role, you might be better than me for whatever reason, but we might go in there. I audition for this, you audition for that.
Yeah.
I might end up getting a phone call. Sometimes I just like to just simply take everything back to God, and if it was meant for you, it's meant for you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, exactly. I think even with that in relation to my life, I think there's a lot of opportunities I've got that I'm in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, maybe there were some people that were better suited for this than me, but they gave it to me, so I'm gonna do the best and show them why they made the right choice. You know what I mean? So to answer your question again, left uni, wanted to make movies. Still, I'm making movies and yet to be thrown off that path.
Yeah.
And you're gonna follow that for that. That's your path from now, right?
Yeah, following
and
through.
obviously, if you can go up the ladder and
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Like, you see, the more established that you're going to be, obviously, the more you do your thing, the more established your name's gonna get out there, the more movies that you work on, Do you plan to, because obviously it's like music, it's like anything in life, really. You've got two types of people in it. Some people wanna create this lane, where they make specific movies, where it's like, the theme, it's like once you see that movie, it's like, I know who's that director, you got to understand. And then you get other directors, they're just all over the place, bang, 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 they're making that movie, different movies. Like, have you decided what type of movie maker you want to be moving forward? If you want to be like one of that, the type of, which type of movie do you want to be?
Yeah, what's my genre?
Comedy.
I haven't actually, I have not, if I'm honest, in a nutshell, I've not. I mean, I have like, you know, like similar to like music artists, they'd have like lyrics on their phones for songs that they're planning to make in the future. I guess it's the same for filmmakers, or at least with me. I have like synopsis, a few like treatments for films that I want to make in the future, and they're all for different genres. But I mean, if it means anything to answer your question, I'm heavily inspired by the works of a film director called Wes Anderson.
Okay.
And
what type of stuff
he made me say?
What type of stuff? The type of stuff that
he makes, it's more like, it's different genres, but it's more like his style. It's this thing called formalism. Yeah, it's like a formalism film style.
And it's like, it's one of them ones that, like I said, innit? Like some directors, you can literally, it's like, again, what music artists where they've got their own style. That, for example, someone quickly like Skepta, like his flow, Skepta can flow on so many different beats, but you see the way his flow, it's like, you know straight away that's Skepta. So some movie directors, they've got a certain way they shoot their movies where it's like, just you watch different movies. They might even shoot comedy, action, whatever, but there's a way they shoot their movies in, and you're like, oh, that's my man.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
Yeah, man. And even, obviously, we had private conversations about me slowly getting into acting, innit? These don't ever know. I wanted to surprise them, but like in future, slowly like getting into acting, like, you know, one little step at a time, here and there. Like, for you, like, you see, like, in terms of actors, innit? Because one thing I rate about, obviously, everything's hard in life, innit? Depending on how you look at it, hard or whatever. But you lot have got a big job in terms of, like, filmmakers, like I told Tash. Because you lot, you come up with an idea. You write the script, and then you, again, like we said earlier, you go to pitch it, and then once that gets green light, you know, will start auditioning people. There's so many different, before you even, you know, get the green light to start shooting it on the sites or whatever, there's so many different processes that you guys go through, right? Like, for you, once you, how does that work for you in terms of like how you look for certain people that, for example, you might be like, you're a chef, I think you might be good for that movie, you might be good for that. Like, in terms of like picking the actors, you know, which you're gonna obviously use in your movies and that. How's your process like?
I mean, right now, I'm very open to working with new talent. You know, a lot of the time I write something and I think, this person would be great for this role, or this person that I've worked with previously would be great for this. But right now I'm kind of on this thing where I just write it out. I write out something. And even though I'm just gonna touch on the writing process, sometimes even just the writing process can be hard, because you write something, spend weeks, days, maybe even a month or months on writing a script, and then sometimes the script doesn't even get used. So you know, the writing process can be hard. You know, you're following through me. You know, believing in what you write is just something I wanted to throw out there. But in terms of following, you know, finding talent and stuff, you know, it's really word of mouth. I like to use word of mouth with my stuff, or if not, casting calls. But I do prefer word of mouth. So like, I'll tell like a friend I have in film, like a film friend, you know, like, I'm making X, Y, and Z film. Do you know anybody? They may say, like, I know this guy. He jumped on this for me. You know, he'll do good for you. But like, calm, and then I'll shout them. But even if I shout them and they say and they don't feel right for them, they'll know somebody. Like, for example, like, they'll probably, like, for example, I made a film, I think late last year, and, you know, I hired, anyway, brought some guy on. Well, I hit up some guy, and he said, no, he can't do it, he was traveling. But he said, I can recommend this person for you. And then that person he recommended was absolutely amazing. So, it's word of mouth, really, just, you know, it's really how it goes. It's kind of how a lot of things happen in the industry. You know, just word of mouth, and, you know, getting brought in from people you know, and networking. Networking's a very important thing.
That's it.
So Yeah, that's kind of how I find my talent usually.